Hey, Janice.
Hey, Katie.
All right. I think I can I hear you? Hello, hello. Say
Yes.
something.
Am I?
Yes.
Am
Yeah,
I?
you're good.
Am I echoing?
Nope, you're on. Am I echoing? Always a
Yes.
technical. Yes. Okay. So just make sure that everything you don't have a YouTube um, window open.
Oh, I had YouTube open.
Yep.
Now I'm fine.
Yes. They didn't call me Kate Richburg. Uh, I don't know.
High tech
Yeah, you're a computer
coordinator,
tech for nothing. Yeah.
creator,
Exactly. Janitor.
pony balloon almost in your face.
I know. I love my pony balloon. It's actually a
Yeah,
unicorn.
I do too.
My unicorn.
I
I
do
love it.
too.
My birthday balloon. I still haven't taken it down. Um, so JP, here we are
I know.
for our really fantastic charm necklace
Yeah.
for the TGBE. It's the Great Bead Extravaganza Winter Market, everybody. And it's going to be so much fun. We're kicking it off right now with showing you our new projects that we put together for you. Janice is going to talk about, I'm wearing the original Janice one that's called Fun Times. We'll take a look at that one as well. And then we'll go through it all and I'll do a little preliminary layout and stuff. And then you're going to join Janice and I tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time for our big show, our really big show.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to remember it's 10, not 10:30.
That's
And
right.
that it's 1 here in Virginia and not 1:30.
Correct. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly have everybody watching today here. And we also have a couple of things here. It's our TGBE weekend, so we have a 15% store-wide coupon. Go over to Bead Shop, do some shopping, toss in coupon code TGBE15. And that is good actually until Monday, because I know how it is with the Great Bead Extravaganza. You folks watch all weekend, right? This is our 21st year, or our 21st broadcast, not 21st year, though it feels like it. We're going into our 6th year of TGBE. And it's so fun to watch all the broadcasts all weekend. So we thought we'd give you an extra shopping day on Monday as well to use that code. So stay tuned to your newsletters. All of that will be in the newsletters. Let's see, what else do we have here, JP? Jeanette is saying she's got 2 giant silver charm bracelets that she's been thinking of converting into a necklace. They're almost too heavy to wear and put on. You're wearing some of your charm bracelets today, Janice, right?
I am. These were Lydia's, and I have to be very honest with everybody. I never wear them. And I'm also thinking of turning them into necklaces. This is one that a lot of you know, that I did turn into a necklace. I'll hold it up close so you can all see it.
Yeah, that's such a good one. We did a broadcast on that one.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I want to stop it so that
lift up, lift. There we go. Perfect.
There we go. So it's just pearls knotted, and then of course these really amazing gemstones, and then this one in the middle is just a 1/2 of a gold clasp, and I just said, oh, that'll look good in the middle. So
yeah, and it does. It looks great.
Oh, and Leslie got the printed pattern. Fantastic. I wasn't sure that was just going to get there, but Great news, Leslie. I'm so glad.
And everybody is saying happy birthday to Eli. It's your grandson's 13th birthday. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah, he's 13.
It's just crazy, 13.
Yep, 13.
Right.
So, but thank you, everybody.
Yes.
I will for sure let him know. So.
And there's a couple of questions. Gosh, we have so many questions about the project and about your charm bracelets. So Terry's asking, Janice, could you add leather to the clasp ends and convert them to necklaces? They look like such great charm bracelets. You know, I have a piece that we did here that I'm going to put on the screen. I just happen to have it right here. Let me show you. And the answer, of course, is yes, JP, right? I mean,
yes. Now, these particular charm bracelets are the old ones, Terry, that had the little safety chains, you know, so that you never lost it. And I find that whole safety chain thing is just a real pain. I did take the safety chains off because I thought I would just leave them on the chain and turn them into a necklace. So I'll keep you posted on that. But yes, I couldn't open them up with that safety chain on. So yes, you could do it with leather. Oh, isn't that so pretty?
So this is one that Michelle did, her Kumahimo she did a while back.
Yeah.
And this converts from a bracelet right here like this to a necklace. And
so
it's really clever. And you could do that same thing with your charm bracelet. You just have to put the different ends on or however you'd want to do it. But you can also do it with here instead of a toggle. You could do it with a lobster claw as well, right?
Yeah, you could. I'm just going to look for a second under techniques and see if I can link that. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me. We called it Duet.
Yeah,
that's what it was called, and it's got a handout. Let me.
Oh, great.
Yeah, let me just.
One of those great Kumahimo pieces that Michelle did.
Yeah, for some reason I don't see the picture on the page, but I'm going to link it, and everyone can go open the handout when you're ready. So it's called Duet. Yeah, it's a beauty.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah,
it's really fun. Let me show you also here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Hang on.
You're wearing a wrist of goodies.
I am. I'm wearing a delicious stack. TGBE. I don't know, a couple years ago. This is what we did. We missed you on Wednesday, JP, but this is the woven piece that I did on Wednesday that stacks really nicely. A couple of plain Bollywood pieces, and then the Tyla stacks. Look at how nice all that looks together. I'm pretty happy with it.
It's really lovely.
Let's go ahead and I'm going to take the necklace off, the original. So Janice, I want you to tell us the story of this. One is called Fun Times. We made this back in 2022. It was really fun times to make. But tell us a little bit about your inspiration for this piece, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we're kind of redoing it for the TGBE and all the colors and stuff.
So the simple answer to this, Kate, is that I grew up loving Bohemian and Czechoslovakian glass beads. I mean, working in my mom's store, going to 37th Street with her in New York, going through these basements where the beads just were in these like shoe boxes on just
Right.
long wooden shelves, and they would, so that you knew what was in it. They'd either be spilling out on strings, or they would have one strand stapled to it, or they would have a card on it which would show what the code was. But it was always dusty and dirty and delicious.
That's
And
right.
it was like the roar of the grease paint, or how does that?
Smell of the grease paint, roar of the crowd, JP.
Yes, and I love these glass beads. There is
Yes.
absolutely nothing that comes close to these table cut, these drucks, these pressed glass, these fire polish. We're always in awe of the Japanese Miyukis, and I just feel like whether it starts with the German glass or it's the Bohemian Czech glass, they have just such a distinct flavor and feel and look to them. And I grew to love them when I worked for my mom, and I used to see she'd get in these necklaces from the 60s and 70s that were like usually 3 strands, and they'd have glass pearls, like gold ones. Then they'd have like precocia or fine cut crystal on them, but they would be scaraby, like half Aurora Borealis and then half plain. Right. And then it'd have like inexpensive metal beads with it. And then it would have a one of those button clasps, and it would be a 2-strand. And I would just, like, my mother would take the 2-strand, put one of them around her back, put the clasp here, and then the other half. So instead of wearing it as a two-strand, she'd wear it as a 1-strand with the clasp in the middle and then a loop of the second. I mean, she was just a crazy lady. So
that's awesome.
When we were really starting to get back into the Czech glass beads, I thought so much of those necklaces that we used to have in the old store. I used to think about the charm bracelets. And then the pattern to the back was also part of the old necklace designs of the 50s and the 40s. And that was where you either had beads that were on the extender chain, and you'd hook in between those to get, they would become a chain as an extender, or they were the length of a necklace, and then you would hook into a piece of chain. And there was always a little something on the end. It was never just straight chain. You might have the designer's tag, or you'd have a little wire wrap, inexpensive metal bead. But even the back, that's where I got the education that even the back of the necklace is as important as the front.
Well, it's really true. And this inaugural piece, JP, that you made, it was just such a gorgeous, like, multi-layered. It really is a statement necklace for sure.
Oh, thank you.
It's really
gorgeous. And the Czech class, I mean, it's not as it was, 50 years ago and older, but it is pretty darn good.
Yeah,
they
it
are
really
still
is
making it.
Yeah. And a lot of times, Janice, with the same molds, the same techniques, it's just that sometimes the glass is a little different because the glass working isn't as deadly as it used to be, right?
Well, we're not seeing necessarily as much gold
Right.
in the actual beads, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's gold foil or it's a sugar dusting, uh, um, or even just gold plating on, in the designs, because gold
Mm-hmm.
has gotten so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at any of those strands, um, that you have, that the blues or those,
Mm-hmm.
the reds for Uptown or the yellows for the High Line, um, that's for Lady Liberty. And yeah, they're really, um, they're really nice,
Yeah, they're
like,
really good. Yeah.
yeah. Will you hold up the squares, the one that's in Uptown,
This
the
one.
red? Yeah, I mean,
Look
those,
at that juicy bead.
yeah. Now those are called pressed glass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're just they're just beautiful. They're just I just love them.
Yeah, I do too. And this was really the inspiration. I've had the Fun Times, the original Fun Times necklace here, literally hanging around because
Mhm.
it was just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
Oh, thank you.
we really wanted to do kind of a fun statement necklace. We're doing this in what we call a la carte. So these are actually not kits. We thought about doing them in kits, but we thought, you know what? Let's just put them up as projects. People can choose. Like if you didn't want the colorways that we chose, this one's called the Highline. They're all named after New York inspiration. And the 37th Street inspiration of all the bead companies.
Right.
So this one's called the Highline, this one's called Uptown, and this one's called Lady Liberty. But let's just say that you wanted to add a pop of yellow into this blue
Yeah.
one. Look at how great that is. You could
Yeah.
switch that blue one over there. You could also just, I mean, play around with
Mhm.
the colors. Look at that one. Look at that. So I
Yeah.
think any of these strands go with anything, really,
Yeah.
right? So we've also, in the projects, we did 3 different colors of chain. The Lady Liberty, let me put them back in their originals. The Lady Liberty we did with antique silver, and we used our Feel Good chain, which we really love, but we
Mhm.
introduced a new one that we're calling Spirit. Is that what you called it?
Spirited.
Spirited. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's this one right here. So that's a new chain. You can use what you need is 3 feet of chain for this, right? So you can, in the recipe, in the project that we say, get 2 feet of the free spirit and 1 foot of the
Yeah.
spirited. And then we added a brand new little hook that is so
It's
vintage.
cute. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
That's from
And
Becky Nunn.
yeah, it's a nun design, and it is really, the quality is delish. Let me put the chains. We put the copper with Uptown. So here's the copper, and I have the Uptown one finished. Oh, whoops, that's a little close talking. So there's this. I love the texture of this spirited chain. I don't know
Yeah.
why we hadn't have it before, but I really, really like it a lot. Then we have, of course, that clasp. And then we have in brass, we have a little bit of a mixture of brass. I'm going to grab it from here. And the antique gold. So that's what goes with this. Now again, you can mix it up. We also added a couple more things. I'm looking for maybe it's in here. We also added a couple of more things to the project to kind of round out the beads. Okay, so we added some fire polish because what is more vintage than the fire polish bead? Hey, Emily, will you grab me the teal blue luster, the one I'm using in this? I thought I grabbed one. It's the teal blue fire polish. It's the blue, what's it called? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yeah, in the 6 mil. And it is called, I'll tell you, because I don't have everything committed to memory.
Transparent teal, is that?
It is the teal luster, 6 millimeter.
Teal luster, okay. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it really is.
Very vintage.
There we go. So we added these guys as a little ride along for that. So here is that teal, that luster, which is gorgeous. So that goes here with this one with the silver. And we also put some of our 8-aught metal seed beads. We packaged them in little smaller packages for you folks, so you could mix and match and not have to, buy the full tubes. So my mom's saying she bagged all of these metal seed beads on Wednesday and some jump rings, came over and had fun, right? Here's this one, the gilding matte in the 8-aught, and the avocado 6 millimeter fire polish. And then here, just the classic jet. And we did a mixture because honestly, we couldn't get enough of one finish. So we just mixed it and we thought, you know what, looks even better. So this is an antique copper and regular copper for that. So these are the 3 kits. Again, if you go on to the homepage, I'm going to add this. Let me show you. Let's kind of go through let me see. I want to go through so I can show you where everything is. Hang on. We're going to share this tab and we're going to go here. Okay. There we are. So if you go to the home page, right, you'll see our TGBE discount for the weekend through Monday. You'll see the Midsummer Market. If you click here, it's going to take you right to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page where everything is going on, including the preview party tonight at 5 p.m. Then we scroll down, and this is our Charmed Chain, our new project for the Great Bead Extravaganza. So if you click right there, you're going to see this category. You're going to see a couple that we added to that category as well. Some of you may remember those wonderful bird beads that we had a while back. This Feathered Friends is made in exactly the same way. I'll click on it so you can see it. Look at how gorgeous that piece is. Right now, we only have one color of the birds back in, but they may be making a return in spring with some fresh colors. They're so great. I love those fat little birds. Then, of course, you can find this Fun Times, the original. And one of the things that Janice used in the Fun Times that it is different than what we're doing this time, pardon me, is she used actually 3 different chains in hers. We just chose to use 2, but you can use any chain. Like if you like that long and short chain, throw in a foot of it. You need a foot of each for the 3 layers. She also used some metal beads here. Unfortunately, we don't have many of those metal beads left, but you could put in some metal beads from your stash, other things that you liked. And then the last thing that's different, and I want to show you on this, Janice, talk about how you did the ending here.
Well, what I used instead of the eye pins, because your design, is going to be slightly different because you used eye pins
to
do
the
traditional rosary loops for the section going to the back. Whereas what I had used, which is not as true to the old jewelry, yours is that I used parawire and, round, I think it was 24 or 22 gauge craft wire, and took the metal beads and wire wrapped them to become a chain to go to the back. You're going to do some of that, but you're going to do it as rosary loops.
Correct. And we'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
But that's the only difference. And you could go back to, if you wanted to wire wrap instead of using eye pins, you could get some 22 gauge wire, 20 gauge wire, 24 gauge, just depending on the beads that you're using in the back, and make a wire wrap section for the back as well. So this is really interpretive. You can put your own spin on it. You can use these beads, add some of your, some of your charms that you have in the stash, and just keep going. Terry, we are going to try and keep with these metal 8/0 beads. We just love them. They're a little harder to get now, so we thought we'd let what we got in go a little further. And this baggie is plenty. There's like 300 beads in this baggie, so you'll have plenty. So let me show you here. Let's look at this uptown piece. And then I want to talk a little bit about laying it out, though tomorrow is really going to be the big making day for this. But again, explore, if the colorways aren't to your taste, just do like I did and mix them up, right? I mean, so we have 9 different new table cut strands, right? So you could mix them up in any, look, I just did this randomly. They look great, right? You could mix it and bring 2 blues with one of those, right? So it really just depends on what you like. And these strands have like really great focals. This one has a bee, this one has a big flower. These have these big kind of flower lozenges. So they're all really gorgeous. Look at this blue one with this bead. It just kills me right here.
So Leslie I know, it's amazing. I love those. So Leslie asked a very good question. Do the strands have to be different lengths? And that's a great question. I think the best thing that I can suggest is that when you put them together, what you want to do is before you worry necessarily about the length, you want them to visually work together. In the handout.
And let me show that handout before I do anything else here. Hang on, let me do this.
While you're showing that, Kate, I'd also like you to show, or at least everyone should know, please look at each sample in this section. So there's basically 2 sections. There's charmed chain, and then the other section is it's beads of wisdom, right? Isn't that the old one?
Correct.
Yeah, and I'll link that in just a second. But each one has a close-up of the sample. You will see how the chains come together. And then in the Fun Times handout, which is in cursive, is just I've got even 2 little beads on a seesaw. You want
love
to
it.
balance
Up here. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to balance the bigger ones, the dark and the light. And then as you put them together, you can even use a paper clip to see, like you open the paper clip, put the end of the chains on, and then see, do you want this one a little shorter, this one a little longer? Should they all be the same length? That's just really personal taste.
Right.
Really personal taste. And then Deborah had a question about how does the nun clasp work? We only really use one side of it. You could save the eye side. You don't necessarily need it if you're going to have an extender clasp, but if you do use it, you use it up near the last bead, and then you will add some chain to that. So
Yeah,
this
and
is
I'll
a crazy little handout.
I love it. Sorry, I thought it was up on the screen. It's so great, Janice, your necklace drawing. It's really fantastic.
I really enjoy doing that. I have to
this.
start doing that
again. Right? I have your original of this. I have all your originals.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes, I have them. Let me show you, though, here. So that'll help answer some questions. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm actually taking this one apart so you folks can see it. Okay. So this is Uptown right here. And what I did was, and I'll show you on my bead board too, what I did was I cut, this was the foot. So I left the foot like that. And then for the 2 feet of chain that I had here, let me go exact. It is 2 lengths longer. So I made this one, I folded it in half, and then I added 2 lengths, and then I cut it. But that's just how I did it. Now, they can also all be the same size, and they'll kind of sit one on top of the other, right? But like Janice was saying, if you put them in like a paper clip or something, I've got a little extra piece of.
Yeah, a piece of wire.
Right? Anything. And if I put these on that hook like that, and then I get my hook, I get another piece of wire, make that little hook on the other side, and link the last of the chains in. Then I hold them up. You can see they just kind of, right, hang. And as you're holding them up, let me show you on this. As you hold it up, you can see like if there's any holes in the piece, right? If you're missing, like over here, I feel like I need one more dangle right here. So I could, whoops, that came off. But I could take off, because it's a little heavy over here. So maybe I'll take off one of these and put it over here. So I'll do that, actually.
Do you have one strand, Kate, that has more chain with, I thought it was the bottom one. I was wondering, are you going to add a charm there?
Well, that's what I was saying. I feel like there's a little bit of a hole. Let me find it. See right here?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a hole there.
Yeah.
So what I'm calling a hole. So what I'm going to do, see how these two are kind of lined up here? Mm-hmm. I'm going to take this one off of here. Maybe these two are kind of next to each other. So, and I'm starting to overthink it already. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to take this one off. And these are wire wrapped, but they're on jump rings, which
Yeah, that's the beauty of that.
We're going to talk about that more tomorrow, the actual construction of this piece tomorrow. But this will give you kind of an idea. So see, now I've moved that one over here. So that looks good. And I think I'm going to take this one. See, there's another little hole over here. So I'm going to take this one. And what I did, and you'll see this tomorrow because I'll lay out the components for one and we'll put them together on air together. You just kind of make it into a little jigsaw puzzle, right? That's why using these jump rings. See, now I have a hole there, but I'm going to move it over. That's why using these jump rings really, really works out nicely. So there we go. I'm putting it over here. I am using a bent chain and a straight chain. I think that's what I listed in the tools. But you do need 2 pliers to open and close those jump rings. So this, I'm going to move this out. I'm just going to move it to there. And then I think I've got some spare fire polish here. And I think I've got one more. I was holding it. Where did I put it down? There it is. I have one more of those little pink beads. So I think I'm going to make one more little drop for right there. And that should do it, right? That should do it.
It's also important. Oh, sorry, Kate.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
One of the nice things about this kind of chain, the oval chain, is there are rings that either go horizontally or vertically. And when you're putting each on, you want to make sure that you're putting your bead that's wire wrapped onto the bottom of a link in all the same direction, so that when you put your strands together, you don't have some of your beads going up, some going down.
Right.
You just want to make sure that they're all hanging correctly.
And see how these are all hanging from the bottom. I need to go in. This one is not right, so I would move that. But it's really, if you have one or two.
It's easy to move.
Yeah, easy to move. And if you have one or two that are kind of off, it doesn't matter really. You don't want the
but if you're using jump rings, then it's really easy to just take it off and put it on the way you want it on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why I say use jump rings for each of your individual bead charms, so that you can move them around and change it. It's so let's see. Angie was asking what time the show is tomorrow. Angie, it's 10 a.m. Pacific. Actually, it's for the whole Great Bead Extravaganza. Do you want to explain?
Yeah, let me add the. You can talk about our segment, and then Janice, I will put up the.
Okay.
I will put up the schedule. Hang on.
Okay, so Kate and I go on, and I'm so thrilled to go on with Kate.
I am super excited. I don't know why you haven't been on with me for TGBE before. That's just
I don't know. It's been your thing. Well, anyway, it's 10:30 Pacific. I mean 10 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
1 o'clock.
A half hour before our usual.
Yeah, and it is. It's 12 o'clock Central and 11 o'clock Mountain and 10 o'clock Pacific. And we're on for like an hour and 15.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah.
Each person or company gets a segment of time, and it goes all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and it's Friday night too. There's a preview party where all of the instructors come on and show their goodies, and talk about what they're going to be making, so you can
kind of get a good sneak peek. And we have two really great new folks, new presenters with us. Rebecca Combs of Design and Adorn. She's really fantastic, and she does, wait till you see her piece that she's doing. And then, of course, our buddy Francesca Watson from the Makery. Francesca is, as you may know, is a great metalsmith, and will be sharing some metalsmithing content this year for the TGBE. I couldn't leave the beads behind for TGBE. So I'm like, you know what? We need someone to get some metal in there. And what better person to do it than Francesca? So we're really, really happy to have her. You can go ahead and screenshot all of that if you'd like. And don't forget to set your alarms for 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for the preview party. Let me show you what I'm doing here. I wire wrapped this one, and I'm just going to clip this little wire piece away, and I'm going to use it to fill that hole. But you get plenty of beads, especially with the, sorry, I've got to get into my range of vision here, especially with these extra fire polish that we put. Now, we've got a bunch of different fire polish. We've also got some 6mm Drux. So you can enhance this with any beads that you like. We just wanted to give you a good starting point for this. So let me see where we are. Here, I'm going to add it right to that one.
Now, Kate, if you don't have a Facebook account, the Great Bead has a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, we do. And mostly everyone streams to the YouTube channel. There may be a couple of presenters that don't stream to YouTube, but you can go right to our Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel, give it a follow. All of the content, though, where we stream out is the public Great Bead Extravaganza page. It also goes into the group, and then a lot of us individually stream in our own groups and own pages as well, and that's what we'll be doing. We'll be on the Bead Shop group and stuff as well. So, you know, you can fool with this all day. Look, I want to just move one more, and then I'll show you how this goes back together. Now, Janice, on the original, and talk a little bit about the length of this piece, if you would.
Length is everything.
Yeah.
If you get the length wrong, you're not going to wear it. So, and this goes for the rest of your necklaces. My suggestion is to put on a very plain white t-shirt or t-shirt of any color, you know, a top, and stand in front of the mirror with your necklace, whatever necklace it is, open, and then look at yourself in the mirror, not at your jewelry, and move the necklace up and down and see how your face looks as you do that. It's going to kind of tell you what a good length for you is, or you have several that work for you. And you don't, the truth to the matter is you just don't want it you don't want it droopy. You don't want your jewelry to sag.
Right. No sagging.
No sagging, no drooping. When you put your jewelry on, it is supposed to frame your face and bring out that beauty. And you will know when you move it up and down, you go, wow, that looks good on me, versus, nah, that doesn't look so good on me. So just practice looking at yourself in the mirror and move the necklace up and down, and you'll find the right length. And then measure it from the back of your neck to the bottom of the shortest strand. So when you're figuring out your necklace length, the most important strand on your necklace is, if it's a multi-strand necklace, is the one that is closest to your chin, to your face, because that's the one that is the frame. Everything else is embellishment.
Those are such great tips, JP.
Sorry?
I said such great tips.
Oh, thank you.
So
just up in my little techie brain.
I know, right? Well, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So what I have here, the way that we connected this, you can see here, up here, I have the, I'm going to get in a little tighter. Now you can see here's the extender, the ends that I did. And what I did to make this even more supple was I used jump rings in between. So you can see here, I have the rosary loop section. It's not wire wrapped, though you could. And I connected them with jump rings. So it has a lot of movement to it. And I just used some of the extra beads that were in the strands. And then I used the black fire polish. Now here is that Nun Design hook, and you can see I attached it also with a jump ring. So again, there's movement. And what I did was, oh, and this is also what I did. Before I cut this in half, this feel good chain, I cut 3 links off, 1, 2, and 3. Then I folded it in half, gave one side 2 more links. So it was 2 links longer. Then I cut it in half. These little, the little chain here on the end really acts like a nice extender. Now this is a little, to be honest, it's a little long for me. I could omit probably one of these sections here. But the beauty of this hook and eye is you can see I use the eye on the end, and the eye on the end has a little bead at the end, just like a vintage one would. You can put that hook through this eye here if you're wearing it all the way to the end, or you can put it in like the third one and have a little dangle going down, or if you need to wear it shorter, depending on if you have a shirt or whatever that needs it to be a little shorter or longer, you can put it through the jump ring like this.
Look how pretty that looks.
Right? Doesn't it look nice?
That's as pretty on the back
as
the front of the necklaces. Now, so, I just think the skill builders. I think I just linked the skill builders. Let me make sure.
Yeah, and I think the skill builders are on the I actually want that one to be the other way. I linked the skill builders on the project pages too. All you need really are how to do a wire wrap loop and how to do a wire wrap loop on a head pin and how to do a rosary loop. So here we go. So you can see this layout and see these. I turned this one around because this one and this one were in line. So I knew that this actually belonged on that side. So now here's the way they go together. So simple. Here's my jump ring. I'm putting these 3 chains on, 1, 2, 3, and then the jump ring on this side. I'm going to grab it for the backing. I'm going to grab it. Hopefully I don't drop it. I'm going to close that jump ring really well, like that. So that one's closed. Now I'll come over here to this side, and it's in the same order. See how I'm keeping it in the same order? It's the shortest, the medium, and the longest. The longest one is 12 inches, so this goes a little up from 12, a little shorter from 12, and then a little shorter from that. Whatever the exact measurement is, it doesn't actually really matter. It just visually needs to look right for you. So here are all of those on the ring. Here's that one. And now let me close it.
Now, Kate, would you recommend 2 jump rings on each side?
I wouldn't. Well, so this is what I did. I did 2 jump rings. See how there is a jump ring at the end already that I had put on this.
I see. Okay.
Component, and then it goes into that one. So yes, and it was an automatic default for me because I started with a jump ring, then jump ring between each, and then I ended with a jump ring. So I feel like this segment here is already finished.
Okay. What I was asking is, would you think about if you, let's say you didn't have that jump ring above it, you could add 2 jump rings to connect the same 3 chains so that you have.
Sure. So I'd have another jump ring here. You could. Let me put one in. I don't know that physically it needs that connection because these jump rings are 18 gauge, a nice gauge.
Yeah.
But it does give it some visual weight. We talk about visual weight a lot here at Bead Shop. And it also differentiates this connection from the connection above it. There we go. So see how that's in there? And now I'll close it. And that's a very vintage thing to do, is to double up on your rings. So see here, and that looks so nice. Really great tip, JP. I think I'll do it on the other side. I remember way back in the day, we used to do a class called Vintage Jewelry, Creating Vintage Jewelry, and Janice would teach it. And the first time, or maybe it wasn't the first time, but one of the times we did it on Lydia's birthday.
Oh, and yes.
Janice, what she did for the customers, it was a full class of 10. Janice brought some of Lydia's jewelry. Remember? And you gave everybody a component from Lydia.
Yes.
In that class. That was that was a lucky class. That was so fun. But Janice taught us how back in the day before there was Antiquing Solution, what you would do is you would line up all of your metal findings on a piece of wire and you'd get a wooden match, a wooden kitchen match, and you'd light the match and the sulfur from the match would blacken your findings. And that's how we did it. We blackened all of our findings by burning them a little bit. It was so fun.
Great class.
Fun to do. But look at how nice that double. Really perfect, JP. So let me show you. Let me take this off of here. And I'll add the other skill builders. I think I might only have how to wrap a jump ring. So I'll make sure that those skill builders are on. But see
you want
here.
The one with how to make a rosary loop too.
Yeah, rosary loop and the jump ring I'll add. So here's the piece, right? Doesn't it look so delicious? Yeah. I want to put like, you know, if you have an old like findings or like an old watch that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Like a little watch there or a little, I don't know. Do you have a tiny key?
A key?
Yeah. Tiny key. Gosh, you know, whatever. So look at this. I'm not going to look.
It's just yummy, yummy.
Yeah. Look at how beautiful. Let me see if I can get that even. And let me get close to you so you can see this. But yeah, isn't it just, it's just delish. And it feels really good. It's not too long, you know, it's not too heavy. and you can adjust it. So what I have here, where mine is hooked, I'll show you. See how mine is hooked? I hooked it into this one here. So the hook comes kind of all the way around the neck. So what I would do is I'm going to actually take off this section so that this hook will sit more in the middle. Right? Very, very easy to do.
Could you take a second, Kate, and show us with that necklace what it looks like when it's droopy on you and when it looks right?
Sure, sure. So let me put it on so it's real long. Hang on. So Clarissa, if you're using, the little torch is too powerful to darken. The secret sauce to this is the wooden match that has the sulfur. Okay, that's the secret sauce to that. A torch with these will probably melt them. Now, here's where it is at the longest, right? And it's not terrible, especially if you're going to come in. I mean, let's do a little bit of iris apfel and come in and layer a shorter one, right? So you could, right, if I'm filling it in, you might want to make it longer.
See, that's where the shortest strand is the most important.
Right.
Because that's what frames your face.
Exactly. So see how this just kind of.
I just want all of that.
I know. Isn't it just delish, right?
Yes.
Right. So good. Janice, we have some requests about that match technique. We'll have to do it on a free tip.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it. So many of the medals now, though, have been plated with a lacquer that it's hard for the sulfur to get through. So
so you have to do a little bit of a braiding with a little bit of really fine sandpaper and stuff. But we can, by all means, we can do that. So here was the original, right? And you saw how it went in. Now here is the one that I just did. I'm going to unhook it. And let's pull it up. Again, I can't look in the mirror because I'll do it backwards. But see, that's a little bit of a better one for me, right? It just looks better.
Yeah.
So, it's nice. So, yeah, pearls would look great.
I love that, Margaret.
Yeah, pearls would look great with this. Right? If you have a coin that has a hole in it, put that in, right? I'm going to move this.
What you can do also, remember how you showed Michelle's bracelet coming off the necklace? You could also use individual strands of the check glass on chain and then use little spring ring clasps to add them together into a necklace.
Great.
So that you don't finish it. You just do it with individual strands. Yeah.
I'm going to pull out another piece here that I pull out infrequently, but I think it really goes with what we're talking about. This is a class that we used to teach. Janice began teaching the class, and then I took it over for a bit. This is, Janice, do you still have your original treasure necklace?
Oh, I don't. I have so many treasure necklaces. I don't know if I have.
The one with all the, you used the colorways and stuff? Whatever happened to that necklace? We must have a photo of it.
I think it's packed away somewhere. I don't have it. That's a shame I don't have it.
I know, it's such a good piece. I'm sure we have a photo of it somewhere. So you can see here this is another way to add some of your treasures. We should just do a deep dive on this necklace and just talk about the technique. But here is, this is a little earring from my gran, right? Little girl Italian earrings, right? She only had one left. So I just wire wrapped here. This is a brooch that broke of my gran's. I think when she and my granddad went to Santa Cruz on their honeymoon, I think he had that made for her. Remember how that shell, those little, it would say like mother or your name or your initial. So that was from the maybe 1940. More little earrings like this. So even things like this, you could add. And so when I say things like coins, that there. And someone also asked about a three connector spacer. I made my own spacer out of a coin and a screw down hole punch. But if you have like a little 3 connector, 3 to 1, you could do that too. Put your chains down here, 1, 2, 3, and then the single chain going up. But making your own out of a coin is kind of fun. So, so I just wanted to share it because it hangs here. I just love it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, my mom is asking what her treasure necklace is. It's here, not finished. I've been working on it for 20 years. No surprise. Where did my necklace go? Here it is. I'll go ahead and change.
Do we sell the hole punch? Linda wants to know.
We have, let me see if it's under our metalsmithing. Hang on one second and I'll tell you. It's the screw down hole punch. If we don't, we'll get it. Bead shop, not studio. I need to go to metalsmithing tools. And I don't see it on here, but JP, we'll add it.
I know. We'll add it. And,
I feel like we used to sell it. I sold it on my site, and then when we migrated all of this stuff over,
we had the rotating hole punch.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yes, they rotated and you got the different sizes.
Yeah, it's really a great tool. And now they make them so that the little rotating punches, you can replace them because those would always break. But yeah, we'll go ahead and I will I think we were just out of it. So when I migrated everything over, I probably put it on the list, but we just never got it. So thank you for asking. And yes, we can.
Oh, Carrie says we have the leather punch.
We do have the leather punch, which is great, but it won't work for metal.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll have to get it.
Not for metal. So there we go. So this can just go in like so. And I made it a little bit shorter so it sits nicely at the back.
Very pretty.
There it is. So again, it's easy to add that back in. So just decide your colorways, right? You don't have to follow our lead. You could use the extra pieces. You could leave out some and do a nice little simple earring that will go with this. But it really just depends on what you like. So we've got everything in now. Earlier, the earlier you shop, the more things are going to be in stock, honestly, because I think this is going to be a pretty popular project. But if you like these table cuts, we have carried them before. And so we're going to continue to keep these in stock. Sometimes they go in and out with the different styles because they can't get the exact same stringing configuration. But we'll be keeping these on hand for a while. So because they really do such nice things with these necklaces right there. There we go. I also, Janice, I don't know if you saw Danielle Wicks popped in to say hello. So I want to say a big Heidi ho to our friend Danielle, and just a reminder, she's putting up a new project box. This weekend is so full of stuff. She's putting up a new project box tutorial that's going to be on her website. We also have a playlist,
Yes.
a YouTube playlist for all of you to find that. So I'll sneak that into the newsletter so you folks can find it. But it'll be there and ready for you when you're ready to create with the project box.
Yes, she's doing this weekend those very cool earrings with the hoop and the yellow, the first mix, the yellow mix seed beads. And I'm excited to, she's not going live, so, because she knows it's the Great Bead, but it will be pre-recorded and it will all be up there. And then if those of you haven't bought the mystery box or couldn't get it or didn't want the whole thing, we do have on Bead Shop tubes of the individual yellow. We have the hoops, we have the ear wires. And if you just go to Bead Shop, there's in the drop down, it says Danielle Wicks mystery box, and then
I'll show you here.
So there's sometimes, Kate, we're not on the homepage, so we want to just be able to find this. So she's part of the drop down menu under shop now. We've given her own little portal. And we will add, have you added yet? Are you going to add to that she where her channel is?
It's all right there. It's all right here.
Okay.
And it takes you to all the PDFs, all the schedule, all the projects, all of it. So it's all right here.
Yeah, there's just, it's a harmonic conversion of crazy creativity this weekend.
It is.
Like, where do you turn first? And good thing all of this is recorded, so you can go back and watch it. And we're not going anyplace, but I'm really excited about this project. And I'm really excited about Danielle's box and all of the different things she's going to be making, the project she's doing. It's just,
they're just so gorgeous.
Endless creativity.
We've seen the next box will be coming up at the beginning of February, so it's going to be fun. A couple of you Eagle Eye friends saw my little sweetheart bracelet that I've made. Stay tuned for this sometime next week. Very similar technique. It's going to be a little kit. So stay tuned. I just loved it. And it's very similar to what we're doing here. So it's a fun follow-up to this. So stay tuned to your newsletters. You don't need to worry about it right now. That's for next week, you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Or as you say to me, that's Monday.
Yeah, that's for Monday, Janice.
Like when I'm ready to jump off the ledge, Kate goes, no, we'll talk about that on Monday.
Yeah, that's for Monday.
That's Monday.
Yeah, that's Monday. Because we only have certain hours in the day, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, thank you so much for joining us today. Janice, your inspiration on this piece is really unmatched. It's really a great love letter to vintage jewelry and our love of vintage jewelry. And we promise we will do a little, how to prepare your components in a vintage way. It's really, really fun to see that. So
yeah.
So Janice and I will see you tonight with the rest of the Great Bead Extravaganza crew. Right here, wherever you're watching, it's going to go out to all of the outlets. So wherever you're watching, tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow, you will see Janice and I at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we will do the step outs for you, the step by step. But it's a really great companion for this broadcast. You get a little bit of extra watching us today on.
Yeah.
So I guess, JP, we can wrap it up.
Yep. I'm going to go celebrate Eli's 13th.
Yes. Well, happy birthday to Eli, and happy grandma birthday to you. The best, the best Gopka statewide. So we appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Remember to use that coupon code TGBE15. It's good until Monday, through Monday until Monday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. All right, JP. I'll see you right here tomorrow.
Bye, everyone. Love you.
All. Bye-bye.